gold partner, and their names are Matthew and Eileen Hansen. Eileen Hansen also sits on the Connecticut Education Association Board, and we have a lot of connections up there in Connecticut where they have a large facility and a lot of resources to be able to use there. So that's the team. So, as we all know, national debt is at an all-time high and financial literacy is at an all-time low. In fact, the Huffington Post rated America D as in dismal for financial literacy this year. So what are we going to do about it? Well, our plan is Wealthy Life. Wealthy Life is an interactive virtual game that teaches people how to make better decisions while capturing their information as they play along. So, let's imagine you're 6 years old. You have the options of playing with your friends or studying art. If you choose to play with your friends, then you get $100 that goes into a hidden savings account. If you choose to study art, then you get $300, right then and there. You don't know which amount is attributed to it. Then as you progress along, let's say you go on an interview, and you meet with a professor or maybe on your career interview. And there's a painting on the wall. Can you name that painting? Well, if you were the person that decided to study art when you were younger, you then gained more money. So you learn right then and there how all decisions impact your net worth, not just playing around with calculators, but everything that you do at the end of the day impacts you. And as you progress forward, there's also a virtual mall where you can go in, try on clothes, see what's in the store, and have an interactive virtual experience. I went out and interviewed a lot of retail companies, and they felt like that this was really great. That one of their main problems was bringing traction into the store, and sometimes people get there and they don't know what's in the store. A lot of movement is moving on to online, so they really like being able to have the feature of having that virtual reality feel. At the end of the game, we then say, as a result of your decision making, you are middle class. You are worth $75,000 because of these decisions. You could have been worth $300,000 if you had made these decisions. So right then and there, we teach you not only about the decisions that you've made, but we have a counteraction feature for all of the decisions that you could have made. We also offer a free consultation with the financial professional, generating millions of sales leads back to financial services companies. You don't have to take it if you don't want to, but it's there for you for your convenience. One of the studies that I did as a market researcher for Prudential was the generation-wide marketing plan, proving out that it's more lifetime value to sell financial products to younger people. So they would really like to start moving towards building more brand loyalty with the younger demographic. Also, how do we know that this is going to work? Because we validated it. We have agreements lined up with Hampton University to roll it out as a full-time course as part of their program. They're also going to do a case competition and leverage their board of directors as an academic influence in the community. The president of Hampton is Obama's chair of universities. And so there's a lot of influence there to spread it throughout the country, and they've already agreed to that. Also, High School Inc. just rolled it out yesterday in their school in Hartford, Connecticut, where they're making it mandatory for their seniors. And then I also have interest in sports medicine magnet school. And more importantly, the Department of Education from Connecticut, the head of business finance, is going to feature Wealthy Life in their upcoming conference and recommend it to all of the districts throughout Connecticut, not only for high schools, but for elementary all the way through college. And then we have the National Baptist Convention. I also conceived the African American Financial Study. I don't know if you've noticed there's been more black people in the financial services commercials lately. That was as a result of my study. And in that study, we proved that black people are more likely to learn about their finances from a church. My pastor happens to be the president of the National Baptist Convention. So there's about 7 million people in the National Baptist Convention, and we're going to build financial literacies across the country with that. And then I also managed competitive intelligence while I was at Prudential, so I have a lot of connections within the Fortune 500 community to be able to gain corporate sponsors. High School Inc. also has a lot of sponsors around it as well. So our plan is to go out through the high schools. We feel as though that would be the best target market to get it going viral, to be able to grasp people's attention, and then go out to the colleges and middle schools and move forward from there. Fairfield University actually approached me recently where they offered to sponsor the initial programs that's being rolled out in the high schools. And so that's pretty much our business model, to offer it to the schools for free and then have corporate sponsors or the Department of Education pay for it, which both things we have in value. And so bringing the full pre-money value to $3.3 million of the company. And we just need more money to be able to develop. So today we're looking to raise $100K at the same value of 3%, and to be able to move forward. So we're very excited. We have a lot of movement, and we welcome any questions or feedback that you might have about the company. Thank you. Do I have any questions?
The website,
Yes.
I didn't hear the website.
The website is wealthylife.mobi. Yes.
Do you have anybody in your company with educational background?
Yes, actually the advisor for the company his name is Drew Harris. He's a professor of entrepreneurship at the Central Connecticut State University, as well as at Hampton University. Director of Honors College is on board, and the professor of technology. And Invention Convention as well is very influential in the education community, where they go out to the different schools, and they're going to be featuring me in their upcoming conference and putting me into the library as an official young entrepreneur and chronicle the company as it moves forward. So there's a lot of advisors within the education, as well as I almost became a teacher, so I have a lot of connections where I went to school in Virginia. I'm from D.C. My parents are good friends with Marion Barry. In Connecticut, I was accepted into the Stanford Innovation Center Incubator Program, where they recently introduced me to the governor. So he's
Like to differentiate for as far as the high school kid versus the college kid, obviously not really the same.
Yes, ma'am. I have principals. The principal actually offered to quit his job and come on board to work for Wealthy Life. The principal of High School Inc. has been very influential in the high school realm, as well as at the colleges with Hampton University and Fairfield University as well. There's been a lot of universities. I also built a financial literacy program in New Jersey while I was walking for credentials. So, and I have a lot of educational advisors.
So I have an accounting background. I was annoyed in college that nobody had to take accounting, but everybody had to take, I had to take sociology. So I'd come out and I worked in forensic accounting litigation and I was a lawyer, but so many companies fail, like with doctors' offices, because they can't manage money out.
I completely agree with you.
Like that would help.
Yeah, one of the ways that I came up with this idea, I won Goldman Sachs case competition in 2009, and I sort of just walked into a library one day, and a group of people said, "There's the girl," and I was like, "Huh?" And they said, "We want you to lead us in a Goldman Sachs case competition." And I said, "I don't know anything about the stock market. I've never done a case competition." And they said, "We are confident you can lead us." And I said, "Okay." I had 1 month to learn the stock market in December 2008. I did 2% when the market did negative 2%, and I asked myself, how would other people figure this out? And so I felt like there should be a game where people could actually live their life, manage their money, put it together without the risk of having to do it. And I just received such exceptional feedback all the way around for this.
Okay, so I'm sorry, I gotta cut you guys off just because we're running out of time. And I want to, a lot of you want to have the opportunity to meet Damon. I want to thank Angel. This is really great. And great company. So my name is Roxanne. I'm also one of the co-founders of Smart Money Entrepreneurs. And I get to do something fun is give out some free stuff. So if you're sitting in the first couple rows, or if you bought a raffle ticket, we're going to do the raffle now. And one of our sponsors is kind enough to donate some time. So we're going to actually have 3 prizes. So if you need business coaching or writing your business plan, she's going to invest. That's one of our prizes that we're going to give out. So she'll do some business coaching, business development help. So the first prize we're going to do is the Apple iPhone 5. So if you have your ticket, you have to be here. If you left, we're sorry, we don't know your name. We're doing it by number. So somebody want to pick Angel? How about you pick out of the pile? Okay, so number 9. Does anybody have ticket number 9? Number 9?
Is this a 9?
That is a 9. Well, you just won an Apple iPhone 5. This is not really close to that. Okay. And so the next drawing is for a Android tablet.
How about that?
We'll have somebody else pick just,
How about the winner?
all right, we'll have a winner pick. How about that?
I can't win again?
No.
Oh, man.